Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mosh and I like to build spaceships. We got to 500 subscribers. Super stoked on that. Thank you guys. I got some special updates in here, tried to include more information, tried to make things look a little better. I think I'm going to be streaming my builds on Twitch, so follow me on there. Look at Smosh, probably stream a couple days a week. And without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back. Got some updates. Got some sick formatting now. We're going to be calling this Mosh's Shipyard going forward. Let's see. Today we have a very special build for me. This is a franchise that I grew up on, Mobile Suit Gundam. Today we're going to be building the FFX7 Core Fighter. So not quite a Gundam, but definitely a piece of one. So one thing I want to point out is above we have the stats. So this is going to be a B-class ship. You can see all the stats there. I tried to add a little bit more cargo this time. I believe I added a workshop too, just to kind of give it a little bit more functionality than some of my last builds. It's pre-colored. You can kind of see here our little core fighter. Tried to get it as close as I could. Alright, so this ship comes in unarmed at about 200k, 300k the way I have it set up. You guys can set it up kind of how you want. The weapons I chose aren't that great. It's not super well in combat, but you'll see some combat footage towards the end here. And remember to stick around for the end. We have fan submissions. Got a couple this time, some really good ones. So let's get started. First, we're going to start with our two sides. I'm going to try to kind of tell you guys where things are. I believe most of this ship is buildable. Let's see, we have Stroud, Deimos, and a few Nova pieces. So this ship should be buildable in, I believe, Aquila City alone. Maybe your outpost even. I don't think there's anything... Actually, the engines aren't available at the outpost. Everything else should be. The engines, I believe, Slayton Aerospace, I think that should be available at Aquila, though. It's the same ones as the Pelican. Alright, so first we're going to take our Stroud landing gear. Again, this is going to be the middle ones. We're going to join two of these here. We're going to cap it with a Deimos Belly 4. Then we're going to throw our bottom engine right on the back. That's going to be one of the edges, one of the little side pieces. So we'll go ahead and put together the second side. Again, Stroud middle landing gear, Stroud middle landing gear, Deimos belly, Slayton 5550 engine. Okay. So now, bring these out of the way. We will do our middle piece to connect these two. So we're going to start with a Stroud companionway. We're going to put him on the further back landing gear, like so. Just like all the other ships, I'm going to use the Deimos Slim Docker, my favorite one, throw it right on the bottom of that companionway. And then, just for fun, I'm going to put a little porthole right on the back. So next, we're going to take our Tayo. So I guess this piece is available, I believe, at New Atlantis, Aquila City. This should be available at most of the shipyards, this landing bay. So we're going to have it facing front. I'm going to connect it right in there like that. Then we can double click, bring our whole side, connect it to the backmost landing gear, and bam, that is our whole lower level ready to go. Next, we are going to take our Stroud 2x1. This one I made a workshop. Like I said, I kind of wanted to make this ship a little more functional. So we're going to cap that right above both of these two pieces, the companionway and the landing bay. We can go ahead and take, again, we're going to use the SAE, the Slaytons, the 5550s. These are just going to be double stacked, so we'll go ahead and throw another one on top of each one, like so. So now that we got our engines double stacked ready to go, we're actually going to pull our porthole off for just a second here. We're going to put on our fuel tank. I'm going to use an Atlas H20. This is 300 fuel. This is going to give us a little bit more than the Warthog had. So we'll pop that right there on the left engine. Then we'll take our grav drive. This is the RD3000 Beta. This is the best B-class one, I believe, and it also conveniently does not have a connection point on the back, which is exactly what we need. So he's going to take up this spot, but not this one. So we'll take him, put him on the bottom engine, duplicate him, drop him down. Get rid of the bottom one. And now we still have this connection point hidden in the back here. So we will take our reactor. Again, I really like using this one because it looks like a hole from the outside. It looks kind of like a piece of the ship versus an actual reactor. So again, we will drop him down. And we'll just give him a duplicate. We'll just go ahead and drop that one there. Duplicate again. Drop him there. So we can go ahead and get rid of these two. Now we can pop our little porthole back on. Nice. Okay. First, what we're going to do is we're going to put our cargo. So I'm using the 400 cm ballast cargo holds. These have 435 each, and I'm using one on each side. So this is going to have an additional 800 or so, 900 cargo from this. So we're going to put it on the front of the 2x1 workshop on each side. 1 and 2, like so. And so next we'll take our shield using the Warden. Going to go ahead and pop that on the back landing gear. So this is going to give us a couple free points here, here, and here. So now we're going to work on our cockpit before we add the rest of this wing stuff on. We have another 2-in-1 or 2x1. This one is just an all-in-one. Again, you guys can use an infirmary. You guys can use kind of whatever you want here. I'm going to pop that on top of the front one here. And we're going to take our cockpit. This is the Magellan C2X cockpit. This is Nova cockpit. This should be available, I believe, at Aquila or the Nova vendor. And that's going to be on Titan, which is a moon in the Sol system. Alright, let's take our weapons. Get them out of the way here. So, go ahead and throw our Horizon weapon mounts on the side here. I'm going to throw one there. And if I can grab it, one there. That'll be on the front of the 2x1. For the bottom of the nose, this one I tried to stray away from the Warthog and Harrier cockpit that I've been using. I tried to do something new on this one. So we will take our Nova cowling, and this one is flipped backwards, upside down. We're just going to put him right there, like so. So next we're going to be using our HopeTech Pipes A. This will be available at the HopeTech vendor in Hopetown on Planet Polvo. This should also be available at the Outpost landing pad, and I believe Aquila and New Atlantis should have this as well under structural. So we're going to bring him down. He's not going to want to go in. So what we're going to do is the variant glitch. So we're going to use the arrow keys, swap it over, swap it back, tab it out, or press B if you're on console. And it'll drop it right under there. So next, take another Nova cowling. This one's forward, upside down. Again, it's not going to want to snap. Flip, flip, tab, or B if you're on console. And of course, another Nova cowling. This one's going to go inside the cockpit. So we're going to do flip, flip, tab, B. And I think that this one is a little bit cooler. It almost looks more like a helicopter cockpit, but the nose is flat, and that's kind of what we want. So one more Nova Cowling. We're going to bring him up here, flip, flip, tab it down. And so I kind of colored this a lighter blue. This is kind of supposed to be like the cockpit glass, if you can see in the corner there, the little right below the cursor here. It's supposed to just be the glass. So next we will take, we're going to be using a lot of Deimos spines in this. E pieces, F pieces, and the D piece. So we will bring up a spine E facing forward. We're just going to drop it right behind the Nova Cowling. So here we have our smaller Nova Cowling. This is the 1LTA. It's the one length instead of the double. I'm just going to put it on top of the spine and duplicate that down. Go ahead and get rid of that. And that's our cockpit. Kind of like this one better. I'm not going to lie, it looks like, it kind of reminds me of Mordecai from regular show. From this angle. Kind of looks like the mockingbird, the blue jay, whatever he is. So now we can finish our wings. So we're going to take a Nova radiator on each side, and we're going to put it right above the Deimos belly. So we'll do that on both sides here, bring over our radiator right above, and that's going to be our intakes for this one. Next, if you kind of see down below here in the corner, it's kind of got this triangle shape to it. It's red triangle. This is purely aesthetic. You don't have to use these two triangle pieces. You can use something that fills up the gaps a little more. I just wanted to get as accurate as I could. So we're going to take our Nova side cowlings. He's not going to want to go. Flip, flip, tab. Again here, flip, flip, tab. And that's going to give us that nice triangle shape that we're looking for here. So we can go ahead and do that on both sides. Flip, flip, tab, or B. Flip, flip, tab, or B. So the final piece, I kind of wanted to just get something here to kind of close that gap. So we're going to take the Hope Tech Nose A. This is the middle piece. It's flat on both ends. We're going to put it in there and we're going to flip it. But we're going to have to do it 3 times to get it back to the flat sides. So flip, flip, tab. You can kind of see it's got the flat edge and the flat edge. So if we flip it once, it'll just be the curved side on one end. You flip it again, it'll be the curved side on the other end. Flip it one more time, it's flat on both ends. So you can see that one's curved on the other side. Flip it again, you can see it's flat on both sides. Just go ahead and tab that in there. And that's our body. Now we have the 2 side wings and then the tail fin. Okay, and so here we have our wings. This is going to be pretty simple. The whole tail fin and both of the wings are pretty much just Deimos pieces. The side wings do have Stroud engine caps and bracers. Everything else is going to be DEF spines and the B wings. First, we're going to take our Stroud engine bracer A, put him on our bottom engine. We're just going to duplicate him and put him in front. This is just going to help us get these nose caps on. These nose caps are going to be a little weird. It kind of free floats until you put the spines on, and then it kind of blends it all into one piece. I'm not sure how it works, but it works. So we're going to take our first one. This is the Stroud nose cap D. Going to put it right on the back. If you see here, it only has the one connection point in the back here. So we're going to connect it to the back. We'll bring over our other one. Flip, flip, tab. Then we can get rid of this front bracer. We're going to replace that front bracer with 2 B wings. So one is going to connect to the landing gear here, and the other one is going to connect to the inside of the wing here, like so. So if you look, only these 2 pieces are connected. Everything else is connected until you place the spines down. So we're going to start with our spine F. These spines have a little bit of a curve on one side, so I'm facing the curve forward. And once you pop this down, the entire thing locks into one piece. And it's going to be on the middle connection point. So we will bring in another spine F flipped backwards. So this time the little slanted part is on the back. And we'll bring a spine D in the front. Then we will bring up two spine E's, one forward, one backwards. Just top that off like that. And that'll be our side wing. And so if you click, all one piece. So we'll do it again on this side. Shroud engine bracer A, back engine, duplicate in front. Shroud nose cap D, back. Shroud nose cap D, front. Flip, flip, tab or B. Get rid of the front bracer. The shrouds can be found at their star yard orbiting Dalvik. It's a moon. But I believe, like I said, most of these pieces should be available at the Outpost landing pad or Aquila City. This is a pretty straightforward ship. It doesn't use a lot of unique pieces. Should be buildable at multiple star yards. So again, we'll bring our Deimos wing Bs, one to the landing gear, one to the wing. We'll lock it all in place with the Deimos spine F facing forward, like so. All one piece. Deimos spine F facing back, Deimos spine D, and then two E's, one forward, one back. And that is our side wings. Now for the tail fin, again, this is going to be E's, F's, and D. So we'll go ahead and bring in an F facing backwards on the very back, followed by an F facing forwards, and then another F facing forwards. We will cap the first F with a D facing forwards, F facing forwards, F facing backwards. Next layer, E facing forwards, F facing backwards, and finally on the very back, an E facing forwards. And that'll be our tail fin. And like I said, for weaponry, you guys can kind of do what you want. I did, let's see, what do we got here? The exterminators. Not too bad. These are all B-class weapons. So I'm going to take the two exterminators. I'm just going to throw them on the back of this cowling here, this single cowling. Like so. And then our other weapon are the pulse lasers, and I'm just going to take one of these on the bottom of our Horizon weapon mounts here. Like so. So I like the gun layout on that. I like the placement on that. Looks good. And so yes, this is our FFX7 core fighter from Mobile Suit Gundam. Hope you guys like this one. This was a fun build for me. Kind of wanted to get away from the fighter jets that I've been building, although I will be doing more aircraft in the future, do not worry. Stick around. After this part, we're going to have our fan submissions. I'm going to show a little combat footage. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know your favorite ship from Gundam or any other animes that you want to see me build ships from. Until next time, guys.
We're still in one piece.
Face your suffering. You shall be judged.
All right, let's take a look at some submissions. So first up, we have from Instagram and Xbox, Hurricane X87. This is his OD Green A10 Warthog. Love the color on this, fits it so nice. And we got some extra weapons on there too. Looks sick. Next up, we have two builds from Xbox Gamertag X Skill. His first one is an A10 Warthog build. Looks like he's added some more ballistic weapons on this thing. Looks great. And his second build is the Harrier. Again, I love this build. As always, looks great. And last but not least, we have a submission from Swat Strachan, and you can find him on most platforms under that handle. He sent in a nice blue A10 Warthog, slightly modified. He's got some different engines, thrown one on the back fin, in the tail as well. Got a nice little fin here. Really love the color, and man, does this guy take some killer screenshots. And remember guys, if you want to submit your own builds, anytime you've used any of my tutorials, all my links are on the right side here. Tag me, send them to me. I'll feature them in the next video. Until next time guys.